Well, welcome today at the Wednesday session. My name is Ross Laforte. I am the SAP Solution Specialist, and I focus on the integration of SAP on Azure. It's how we integrate the two together and kind of build better solutions together by leveraging SAP, non-SAP data to give you the business value out of your data. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 presentations during this session. I'm going to show you some really things that really working solutions, provided the network runs and stays up. Otherwise, you'll see the videos of it. I might not have time for questions, but after this session, I'll be at the SAP booth, and you could talk to me then. Okay. So I work for the North Central region of Microsoft, and basically I focus on SAP customers and how to engage them around their data. So I'll start off with the solution. Basically what I want you to get out of this session, first of all, is 3 things. Okay, one is breaking down business silos. Okay, by better integrating your business. Okay, better analytics with actionable insights. And third, better productivity. Okay, so it's really, when you add them all together, that's what adding value to your business is. It's really adding revenue to your business, driving the business forward. Many millions of dollars of revenue by doing things better, by being more intelligent with your data. So that's some of the things I'm going to cover here. So basically, this solution I'm going to describe, because Microsoft supports hybrid, the solution could run on-prem, SAP could run on-prem, or it could run on Azure. The solution will run either way. The solutions that I'll be talking about, the surrounded, do run on Azure. Okay? But SAP does not have to run on Azure. But if it runs on Azure, then you gain a lot of the benefits of Azure. For example, like the backup services, the high availability, disaster recovery capabilities that Azure has to offer, the monitoring, application insights, scalability. Okay, but the solution allows to work in a hybrid. So as you, let's say, are in the process of migrating to Azure, and you want to start building these integration points, you could build them, and as you migrate to Azure, they still work because they're really tied together in a hybrid environment. So really, it all starts with having a very strong security environment. That's the foundation of solutions. Okay, and we have a very well integrated integration with security, SAP, and all of our data sources, which means I'll be talking more about these in the next following slide, but just to introduce you how we are surrounding the capabilities of Azure. Then we have over 1 billion Office users out there, okay? And there's also a lot of Power Apps and Power Automate that's getting more and more prevalent. That's another area that we have integration around. Then it's the breaking down the business silos with things like Logic Apps, with your Dynamics of Salesforce, because we know customers have SAP, but have so many other different business solutions, and they need to be able to integrate those together. And then it's the analytics, getting the actionable insight, doing better analytics altogether, okay? So you're integrating, you are getting better analytics, you're providing better productivity. And then we have technologies like around with Data Factory and partners allow you to take SAP, non-SAP data, and consolidate it together to then creating an enterprise data warehouse with consistent data. For example, oftentimes one of the challenges we face is that companies have data in different sources, and they don't necessarily agree with each other. Okay, you have reports that come from one place and a report coming from a different place. They don't necessarily match. It's about creating that consolidated records. And that could be done in their data layer because we support SQL, all the SQL Server instances and other technologies here to integrate that into a warehouse if you want to integrate non-SAP, SAP data, other business data into a single source. And then the other thing to make it even more complete, it's the streaming, the capability of being able to take IoT data and consolidating that into a stream and using the streaming data in addition to the other data to provide better analytics for your business. Okay? And really all starts with having that foundation. An Azure Active Directory, single sign-on, that could single sign-on with SAP, all the way out to all of our data services. So Azure Active Directory acts as a single sign-on, regardless if SAP is on-prem or runs on Azure. And it also provides you this single streamlined login solution because it's all part of controlled by Azure Active Directory. And from there, you could actually have access to it, to authenticate with it from user's perspective with any type of device. It's a Windows or iOS or Android. And you can also have multi-factor authentication to give you even more secure environment. So that's the foundation to have that security environment. Then around how do we build business-to-business integrations with our solutions, we have a solution called Azure Logic Apps. So all these solutions I'll be talking about are actually live on Azure, and they're part of the Azure subscription, which means you guys own it. Azure Logic Apps could actually create workflows and has over 270 connectors and has connectors for SAP as well. So for example, in this case, you could see I get an order from SAP. I could then continue with my workflow, contact FedEx for shipping, generate an invoice, and then confirm and ship the data. So basically, Logic Apps could send a message to SAP, BRK, okay? I could also receive a message from SAP. And imagine that now you could consolidate it with the other cloud applications and other Azure services, and you could provide a more complete business-to-business workflow so you could run your business faster and better, and you could provide your customers a better experience. And then when you see where you have the on-premise gateway, that allows you to connect both to solutions on Azure, as well as on-prem gateway allows you to connect to solutions that are running on-prem, including SAP running on-prem. So if SAP was running on-prem, the on-prem gateway could reach out to that and connect it just as well as if it was running on Azure over an encrypted network pipe. So here's an example of how many people went to the Jason Zanders presentation? Couple? Nobody? Okay. So Jason was talking about, I think this just moved. Jason was talked about how he was using IoT Central connected to an MX chip to actually interact with the to a workflow. So here, what I'm going to show you in this example here. Let me just this thing seems to flip over. Is an MX chip talking to IoT Central, which is our IoT hub, okay? And then IoT hub evaluating the data and connecting to Logic Apps. And Logic Apps is going to SAP and looking up the device information and then sending an email to Office 365. And then, of course, you have Power BI to visualize it all. So here I have an MX chip. Okay, it's connected to my phone for a hub to the internet, and it's actually sending information to the internet. I have set it up to when I actually move it, it actually identifies that it's movements and triggers an event to SAP. Okay, so let me switch over to the demo here, and this is like a $55 device. Okay, it has a lot of different parameters you could do the analysis. And if we go here, this is an example of a company that's called Fabricam that actually what it does is it generators. And generators, it sells generators, but it sells them as a subscription pricing, which means it manages as generators. And it's got a lot of generators it's managing here, okay? You could look at performance information. You could open up a Power BI. You could look at temperature over time. And this is the hub that connects, that actually connects those devices all together into this IoT Central. I have all the devices here, okay? And let me do some analytics so we could take a look and see, make sure you see that we have data actually that's it's flowing around. And MX chip actually looks over type of different devices here, okay? And what I'm going to do, also I could run jobs and so on, but I am actually going to, I have this device connected to IoT Central. And when I click on it here, and I look up my device, this is called MX chip. It's going to look for this accelerometer, and based on when it shakes and moves, it actually determines if there's a problem, there's a vibration, and I need to take an action, okay? So basically, as I do this, it goes to the internet and sends a message up to Azure, and Azure analyzes and brings it back down. So let's look at how it does that, okay? So basically, if I go to, of course, I have properties, settings, and so on, but I'm going to go to rules, directly to rules, okay? And you have a too much movement setting. Click on that. And it says when the accelerometer is greater than 75, okay, I want to take an action, okay? And basically the action is, it's the IoT, it's the logic app. So basically, it receives a message that says, well, something happened. I am going to go find out the device information and send an alert. And basically, that comes down to this. It's just a simple logic app application that receives a rule and then extracts the device information, updates SAP, gets the device information, and sends an email back to me. Simply is connecting all those devices, like Jason was saying, connecting devices through IoT Central. SAP could be one of those. Okay? So let's move on to the next section of integration. Okay. Another way we integrate with SAP is through the Azure Bot Framework. So you can actually interact with SAP by, instead of, you could use their tools, you could use other tools, or you could just talk directly to a bot. In this case, I'm actually going to talk to a bot, and the bot is going to be integrated inside Microsoft Teams. Okay? So I am going to get a bot ready. So basically, the bot, what it could do is it could connect to SAP, connect to other SQL servers, and it could deliver cognitive services to personalize the experience for the user. You know, maybe you want to personalize computer vision, emotions, age, gender information about the user, if he's happy, sad, or all sorts of type of information. Language detection, we could actually change the languages based on what it detected. And so all those are possible within a bot. So in this case, I'm actually talking to a bot and getting an order information from SAP. So let's go into that demo. And this is a chat bot, and instead of doing it from my computer, I'm going to try to do this from my phone. Okay, and I'm going to switch over. See if it connects to the phone. Hold on. You may have, let's see if we have any technical difficulties connecting. If not, I'll do it from the computer. No. Give it one more time. Okay. Since it's not finding it right now, I'm just going to do it from the computer itself here. So here, let me go to the computer, and I go to the account manager bot. Okay, And basically, this interrogates account information, and I'll try the bot later, maybe with the other. But so I say hi, okay, and the bot will respond. It goes, okay, what do you want me to do? What account do you want me to look for? Okay, and it takes a while to go in and make and check for the response here. Okay. Okay, so, okay, there it goes. And I'm going to say, okay, what do you want? And I'm going to say I want Contoso retail. Well, I'll just say Contoso. Let it look up all the information about retail. So there. Oh, wait. So it says Contoso. Okay. And it says, okay, I found the information. What do you want me to do here? So in this case, I have a bot that not only connects to SAP, but also integrates with Salesforce. So a lot of companies have multiple systems, Salesforce or Dynamics, okay? So basically, I could go into bot here and say, hey, let me check my sales performance information. Okay, comes back with the performance information. So let's say I go to the same account, and let's look for other things. Let's say I want to look for the invoice. Click on invoice, and it prints out an invoice for me. Okay, there it goes, an invoice coming back from SAP. And let's say I want to see the account receivable. So I go here and say, hey, I just want to see account receivable information. And it goes and fetches out the data. So let's get another example. Let's now integrate with Salesforce. So we could say, well, I want to check information here, check details, and I want to check the opportunity. And it's going to go up to Salesforce and pull that opportunity information. There you go. Okay? It's all possible through a chat bot talking to SAP through OData. So in addition to that, if I click it one more time, I could also create an opportunity from here. I could say create an opportunity and just type in an opportunity information and save it, submits it. Okay, so say Ignite, $20,000, close date, 8, and say submit. And it creates another opportunity. So all could be integrated right within the bot framework itself. Okay. All right, so that's something that we got there. So let's go back to that slide and show you what else is possible. Okay, so you saw chatbots doing account management, Salesforce integration. So the other thing I want to announce is, and this is the first time we're announcing this, this is the Power Apps with Power Automate now can connect to SAP, S/4HANA, and ECC. I just knew it was just it's being announced here now. Okay, and I am going to show you that with more and more people using Power Apps, a simple to use interface and flow to create very powerful applications, now you can now have more accessibility to that data within the Power App platform. So ECC and S/4HANA are what is supported, and now again, SAP does not have to live on Azure. It could live on Azure. It could live on-prem. We could connect to the data gateway and get to that data. Okay, so you could actually build these, and not only can it read data, but also could write data back to SAP, right through this interface. So what it's used is, it's a cloud-based solution, but actually SAP could be either on cloud or on-prem. It uses basic and Windows authentication. Azure Active Directory authentication is coming as well. Okay, and it discovers and invokes BAPIs or custom RFCs. Okay, so let's look at a demo on this. So here I have a Power Apps demo. that's connecting to SAP. So let's look at, let's search for something here and say search. And it's going to SAP and searching for information on SAP. Okay, and it brought back some banking information, as you can see here. And now let's say I want to add, so you could see it, I could read data out of it. Let me just insert some data in there. Say we say this is a bank of Ignite. Okay, say create. And I just added a new bank. So if I do a use case, I should see the bank then shows up in my sample here. Yeah, there it is. So I'm reading and writing data directly out of SAP using the capabilities of it. Okay? All right, so that's that. Let's drop back to a demo, to the presentation again. Okay. Other ways you could connect to SAP is, SAP exposes all data, and Excel could connect to all data sources. So you could potentially use the old data connector of Excel to pull data from SAP and manipulate it within Excel. So imagine Excel has some very powerful features that only Excel does. Okay, like sales forecasting, and some features that are really very much spreadsheet capabilities that Excel has built in. So if let's say a business user wants to use the capability of Excel to massage the data, they could easily pull the data through data, the same data that Fiori is accessing. Okay. And then when you want to build solutions where you're integrating SAP and non-SAP data together into a single solution, okay, we have capabilities like Azure Data Factory, which gives you ability to pull data from SAP, and is able to connect to BW. There's a couple different ways here, Open Hub and through MDX. It's able to connect to SAP Cloud for Customer, to ECC, to HANA, and to SAP Table. So built in as part of Azure Data Factory, which is an ETL tool, has these capabilities built in. So you could connect to your SAP environment and possibly other data sources consolidate together in the data warehouse for better analytics. So let's see what else this could do. So not only can it connect to SAP, but it could connect to about 80 total data, over 80 data sources, okay? Which means imagine you could take unstructured data, semi-structured data, you could take data from other database systems, and even from other cloud providers, and merge it together with SAP data and create this enterprise data warehouse with all your data. So your users could do faster and better reporting, and you could run machine learning as well. That's also possible with the integration that we put together here. And then, of course, I think you probably heard a lot about Power BI and what Power BI could do. So Power BI is a business analytic tool that delivers its business insights, okay? Hundreds of data sources to connect to. It has data flows to massage the data at scale, create powerful dashboarding capabilities, okay? And it could publish those not only to the web, but also to a phone, okay, or a tablet. And Power BI also has connectors for SAP HANA and for SAP BW. And it could do single sign-on with Kerberos and SAML to HANA, and it could do single sign-on with Kerberos with BW, okay? So that's another capability you have to visualize SAP and non-SAP data, either consolidated within Power BI or possibly connect to one source or the other. Also, Power BI also has an old data connector. So a third way to connect, really, you could use old data as well to connect to SAP. Okay, let's show you a demonstration of using Power BI as a against SAP BW. Okay. So this is a Power BI report connected to BW, basically doing inventory sales information. And I could see I have a live connection here, and I could just interact with the BW data right where it is, right through my connector. I could also filter the data. Okay. So all is possible within the integration that we have built inside the Power BI to connect to SAP, HANA, and BW, right out of the box here. Okay. Okay, so we're going back to next discussion. So here's another thing to point out. So let's say you are, and I'll give you an example here. Maybe I'll just, let's say you go into a store and you're looking for a product and you're looking for a Microsoft Surface Pen, okay? And you walk in the store and they seem to have it. It's on the shelf, you know, and you buy it, okay? Well, how do we know how many we have to stock of these? And how many we have to manufacture of these? You know, there's a science behind that, okay? And I'm going to show you the science that makes it all possible so that when you're walking to a store and say, I want to buy this, it's there in the shelf, and we have it. So this is called the SAP Inventory Demand Forecasting Architecture for Azure. So as you can see here, we have an S/4HANA environment. We pull about 3 years worth of data out of there, okay? Put it on an Azure Data Lake. Use Azure Databricks, which is an Apache Spark solution that runs on Azure, to transform the data and then do a regression algorithm against the data, create a model. And with that, then we save the prediction, and we could forecast what the demand is going to be for a product. And what we're doing here is forecasting the next 7 months. So because why? We want to know how much we have to manufacture, okay? Manufacturer needs to manufacture that information. So let's put it this way. Let's say, and then we could actually interact with it using a chatbot here, with analytics, with a web page, with Power BI. There's a lot of ways we can interact with it. So let's start with looking at how that's possible. Dropping back to a slide here. And this is the Power BI for the demand forecasting. So as you can see here, I'm predicting the next several months of how much I need to manufacture so I have enough of these devices in stock, okay? Because manufacturing needs to get the raw material, get everything done to deliver. And then I could look at it and determine how many do I need for, let's say, for my supermarket, okay? How many that I might need for my retail, okay, and so on. Okay? And then, of course, how many do I need for across all the environments so that I could build enough of them and ship them to the environments? Okay. So if I now want to see for a specific store, say, let's see, I want to look for a store here, and I say, well, you know, I want to forecast how many of these I need to stock at a store. I could just go to this web page, okay, click. Say, hey, there's a shipping cost. What kind of shipping cost? I say it's the store is far away from me, and I need to ship. And I say I'm going to a retail store, and I know there's promotions going on nearby, so I need to make sure that I price it correctly, and I get enough of those because there's a promotion going on. And I determine when I want to ship it, okay, and the date. Let's say 8. Okay. And then competitors. There are competitors nearby. Let's say there's a competitor 10 miles away. So if I do this, it actually tells me how many do I need to ship to that store so that I have it on demand. So I have these devices ready for you guys to buy it. Okay. There's another way we could do this. Okay. Let's go to our trusted chatbots. So I got a chatbot for this too. So here's a chatbot that says, hey, you want to forecast, you want to look at existing forecasting, you want to look at performance of the store. Let's look at performance of the store first. Okay, so it's going to go look and bring back the, and says, okay, which store you want to look? Let's say I want to look at this store. From what date to what date? Let's say we want to look for this date to and chatbot will go on and should find the information it needs and bring back the report. Okay? Says, well, here's the forecast that's happening in this store, the actual forecast. Okay, let's view some of the forecasts. So in other words, now what I'm doing is I'm actually going to the machine learning model, which I've been doing all along here, and I say, hey, let's view the current forecast for the store. And I'll tell them what store I want to forecast. And it's going to tell me how many of these I need to store. Okay, here's my forecast. Now let's say I want to create a new forecast. Maybe I know something about the store, something's changing, so there's some events going on, so I could go and say, hey, let's do a new forecast. And I go here and I say, well, the store, and I say, hey, what day of the week? And competitor's 10 miles away. It's a retail store. And let me give them a date. Let's say I want to forecast for the 12th. And I know there's charges. We're having a promotion, so you want to add information for promotion. Just go ahead, and it's going to go against the algorithm that we created, and it's going to come back with, hey, here's how many you're going to ship to deliver, to have them enough in stock for people to buy. Okay. Okay. So basically what you saw is the science behind making sure that the inventory demand is delivered on time, and that manufacturing builds enough of these devices so that you could have them in stock. But now let's put it another way. You can look at it this way. I show you how to do it with a chat box. I show you there's a web page. There's a Power BI. But imagine now, maybe we need to understand what is the weather in that environment. Is there weather issues that we need to adjust for? Traffic issues? Is there construction along the way? Is it perishable food? Unlike this, there might be food that you want to make sure gets to their location. They could be sold on time. Make sure that we take that into account. Traffic, all those could be taken into account to make the experience even better and to make sure that the right products are in the store at the right time. Okay? And then we also can integrate with SAP, with Salesforce and other technologies. So that it builds the science behind how we actually deliver demand. Okay? Another thing then to cover is that another way we also connect to SAP is through SQL Server Analysis Services. Basically, what reason analysis services is here is that it's an in-cache column store in-memory solution to allow you to scale up. For example, if you want to scale to hundreds or thousands of concurrent users, and now services creates that cache in memory, okay, with column store indexing to scale to as large as you need to be, because you can create a farm of these cache solutions. So it becomes like a service layer, but it gives you a very open platform so that you could visualize not only with Power BI, your solution, but you could use any other tool that you want to visualize data with. It just basically, it's an open platform, part of the SQL Server family, and you could scale this on demand. And basically, let's say you're a seasonal company where you actually scale up and down based on demand because of you're in retail, for example. You may scale up for meeting the Christmas demand and then scale down when demand is less, or scale up a certain time of the day or weeks and scale back when you need it. So Power BI now services it's an open API, and our tools and competitor tools connect to it. Okay, and it supports connecting to HANA, to BW, and it connects to many other data sources. Okay, to all the other open data sources, including SQL Server, Oracle, and DB2, and everything else. So you could actually merge and create that caching service layer to do high availability solutions, high performance solutions. Okay. So what you've seen today is how you integrate with different solutions that we have built around SAP to provide you a better together value for customers and for users and to get to your data. So some of the things you have to consider is that if you're interested to get more about this, you could, one thing I suggest you do is identify business processes within your organization that you may want to optimize, or areas where you think that you could get faster business processes, more analytics, faster analytics, or areas where you have integration issues. For example, you have SAP, you have Dynamics, you have other Salesforce, and you want to be able to integrate so you could work better together. Or you may have areas where you could actually provide a chat box so users could interact in a more formal way with their information. So that's the first thing to do, is that look for those opportunities. Second is what you want to do is engage with your Microsoft account executives and to help you bring the right tools and the right resources from Microsoft to help you integrate this. This is a new area, and there's a lot of partners, and there's a lot of solutions out there that allow you to do integration, okay? And we could actually provide that to you. And third is there's a partner event, partners. There's a lot of partners around SAP that could provide you that kind of capabilities as well. Okay. There's more information if you want. Azure.com talks about all the different technologies available there. For example, all the Azure services I was talking about, they're in Azure.com. Azure, then there's also the solutions/SAP. That's where all our SAP solutions and all the information about SAP are, including a video presentation of myself talking about all these solutions, and with a little more time to spare. And then Power BI, there's also Power BI link out there for Power BI information. Okay. So finding sessions, you can go to finding if you want to download the slides or you want to access a recording. That's all in that link as well. Okay. And don't forget to do your evaluations. So I'm hoping I have a few more minutes for questions, so I could entertain a few questions. And again, afterwards, I am at the SAP booth. Primarily, I do SAP integration for Microsoft overall. So I'm the main SAP integration with Azure services. And what I'm showing you here is some of the capabilities and ways we are integrating the two products together to give you the better analytics, the better integration, and the faster and more productivity. Okay? Anything else? Nope. Okay. Thank you.